أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. يا نساء النبي لستن كأحد من النساء إن اتقيتن فلا تخضعن بالقول فيطمع الذي في قلبه مرض وقلن قولا معروفا وقرن في بيوتكن ولا تبرجن تبرج الجاهلية الأولى وأقمن الصلاة وآتينا الزكاة وأطعنا الله ورسوله إنما يريد الله ليذهب عنكم الرجس أهل البيت ويطهركم تطهيرا.
بسم الله الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. أما بعد، أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. يا أخوان يا أخوات في الله, this video is, you know exactly what it's all about. This video is about addressing the modern haram trend of niqabi and hijabi selfies and vlogs. Like, you know what I'm talking about. You know which couple, or no, not specifically any couple, but what kind of couples I'm talking about. Like in this day and age, subhanallah al-azim, like we have left the way of the Salaf. We have left the way of the Sahaba. We're no longer concerned about what Allah Azza wa Jal has said in the Quran or what Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam has taught us in the ahadith. And we try to make excuses and to the point rejecting ayat of the Quran saying they don't apply to us. Subhanallah, this video inshallah is specifically made to debunk and refute completely this modern haram trend of hijabi niqabi YouTubers or Instagrammers or kickers or Facebookers, whatever you want to call them. Subhanallah. You know this couple, like over 100,000 followers on Facebook and whatnot and Instagram, and I was blocked from Instagram by this couple, you know, 𝙃𝙄𝙅𝘼𝙽𝙍, and may Allah guide her, may Allah Azza wa Jal guide her, Ameen. And Amina and Yusuf, you know the couples, Ya ibadi, he says some hadith, and oh my slaves, his wife makes tarjuma by coming in front of the camera, displaying his wife, the modern trend, the modern da'wah trend, subhanallah. Astaghfirullah al-azim alladhi la ilaha illa huwa al-ḥayyul 𝙃𝙄𝙅𝙼𝘽𝙍. I have been called a misogynist. Like in some recent videos after Ramadan, this last Ramadan, you know, she came up and in the video, you know, was something hate on Instagram made me, something like this, made me leave Instagram, and the whole video was a lie. She didn't leave Instagram, she's still on Instagram. So you're lying to the people with a clickbait thumbnail and whatnot. May Allah guide her, Allah guide her, Ameen. She addressed all the Salafi brothers that advise her with pure heart for the sake of Allah Azza wa Jal to fear Allah Azza wa Jal and stop this haram trend, and she called us misogynistic scum or sexist or whatever. But she said this phrase, misogynistic scum. Subhanallah, she called us that. Ya Akhtul Karim, ittaqillah. Today inshallah this trend is going to be debunked from the Quran and the Sunnah. Don't take anything from me. I'm going to quote from the Quran and the Sunnah and the kibar of ulama and what they have said about it. We're not going to say anything which we don't think, Ya Akhtul Karim, Ya Akhwatul Karim. We're not going to make up anything, inshallah ta'ala. Let's address the direct ayah of the Quran, Surah Al-Ahzab 33 verse 33. وَقَرْنَ فِي بُيُوتِكُنَّ وَلَا تَبَرَّجْنَ تَبَرُّجَ الْجَاهِلِيَّةِ الْأُولَى. Whenever this ayah is brought up, Allahu Akbar, this kills me to this day. Any sister, the so-called modern day sisters, modern day YouTubers, whenever you bring this ayah up, what they say is, this ayah doesn't apply to me, because the ayah, you know, it begins in the beginning by Allah Azza wa Jal addressing the Prophet's wives, Ya Nisa an-Nabi or Azwaj an-Nabi or whatever. Allah is addressing the Prophet's wives, so this ayah doesn't apply to me. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. This ayah doesn't apply to me? I'm exempt from this ayah? How as a Muslimah, how could you ever say that an ayah of the Quran, a kalam of Allah Azza wa Jal, does not apply to you? How could you ever say that? I'm going to debunk it right now. They say, oh, it's addressing the Prophet's wives, Azwaj an-Nabi, so it doesn't apply to us. Subhanallah. So, how does Allah Azza wa Jal begin the ayah? Ya Nisa an-Nabi, okay, Allah Azza wa Jal addressed the Prophet's wives, so yes, it's obvious. But why did Allah Azza wa Jal address the Prophet's wives? Because clearly the Quran was being revealed when the Prophet's wives were alive. It was being revealed upon them, so of course Allah is addressing the Prophet's wives. And in the next ayah, this is where the ayah itself, Allah Azza wa Jal refutes this claim. Refutes you 𝙃𝙄𝙅𝙼𝙍 Karim, who say this ayah only refers to Ahlul Bayt, only refers to the Prophet's wives and no one else. Astaghfirullah al-azim. Allah says, وَلَا تَبَرَّجْنَ تَبَرُّجَ الْجَاهِلِيَّةِ الْأُولَى. Allah is forbidding a major sin known as tabarruj, which is displaying yourself in public, which is exactly what YouTube is, which is exactly what Instagram is. Allah is saying, وَقَرْنَ فِي بُيُوتِكُنَّ وَلَا تَبَرَّجْنَ تَبَرَّجَ الْجَاهِلِيَّةِ الْأُولَى. And stay in your dwellings and stay in your homes and do not imitate the ancient Jahiliyyah. Do not imitate the era of Jahiliyyah. Do not imitate Jahiliyyah, the days of ignorance. So are you going to tell me Allah is only warning the Prophet's wives against imitating the kuffar or the Jahiliyyah? Of course Jahiliyyah had Muslims and kuffar alike. Doesn't matter. But what matters is the haram. The least haram Allah was talking about, the least form of tabarruj which Allah Azza wa Jal was talking about was exposing yourself in public. Whether covered or not, you're displaying yourself in public. That's what Allah Azza wa Jal was talking about, is talking about. Subhanallah. So Allah is telling, and stay indoors and do not commit tabarruj, do not imitate the days of Jahiliyyah. Are you going to tell me tabarruj is halal for you? It's only haram for the Prophet's wives. It doesn't apply to me. So you are literally saying, in this ayah, Allah Azza wa Jalla, He forbade tabarruj, but not for me. Tabarruj is halal for me. I can display myself in public, on YouTube, on social media, with my husband or with my friend or whatever have you. Allahu Akbar, la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. This claim is enough in and of itself. And if you further read the ayah, further into the ayah, Allah Azza wa Jalla says, وَأَقِمْنَا الصَّلَاةَ وَأَتِينَا الزَّكَاةَ وَأَطِعْنَا اللَّهَ وَرَسُولَهُ. So you're going to say even these commands are also for the Prophet's wives only? وَأَقِمْنَا الصَّلَاةَ, and establish prayers, وَأَقِمْنَا الصَّلَاةَ وَأَتِينَا الزَّكَاةَ وَأَطِعْنَا اللَّهَ وَرَسُولَهُ, and follow the Prophet, and follow Allah and follow the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So are you going to tell me, oh, I'm free from following the Prophet and following Allah Azza wa Jalla, I can do whatever the hell I want? Because this ayah is addressing the Prophet's wives. Subhanallah. Allah Azza wa Jalla debunks it right here. And you guys are saying, oh, just reading the first line, oh, it says Azwaj an-Nabi, finished, period. It doesn't apply to me. Astaghfirullah al-Azim. It kills me to this day. Ukht al-Kareem, ittaqillah. Wallahi al-Azim, this ayah is not only for the Prophet's wives. Where did you get this? Which kibar al-ulama you referred to by saying that this ayah is only referring to you? I mean, not only referring to the Prophet's wife and not to you. Sheikh Salih al-Fawzan hafizahullah, he never said this ayah is limited to the Prophet's wife. Sheikh bin Baz rahimahullah, Sheikh ibn Uthaymin rahimahullah, Sheikh Muqbil rahimahullah, Sheikh Nasiruddin al-Albani rahimahullah, Sheikh al-Islam ibn Taymiyyah rahimahullah, no mufassir, Imam ibn al-Qayyim rahimahullah, Imam Hassan Basri, any scholar from the Salaf, or any scholar which followed the footsteps, the way of the Salaf, they never said this ayah is limited to the Prophet's wives. Who are you to say this? Ya Akh al-Kareem, with all due respect, please, ittaqillah. Fear Allah Azza wa Jalla and delete all your videos. I really hope, Abdullah, Ya Akh al-Kareem, I really make dua to Allah, you delete all your videos and selfies, your pics, selfies and vlogs and whatever you did for years. The Ramadan ends and then you post a video with your husband kissing you and then you read, Astaghfirullah, he kissed me. You have a tripod in front of you or another volunteer, ukhti, or volunteer, akhi, whoever the cameraman is. He's filming you, standing with your two kids, and your husband comes and kisses you on the cheek, which is haram. Displaying any form of intimacy in public is haram. Keep all your intimacy behind closed doors. Subhanallah. This is what you can check in IslamQA.com. This is complete lack of chivalry, complete lack of ghayra from a man's part to do this. All the time holding your wife's hands and kissing her and hugging her. What are you doing? Astaghfirullah al-Azim. And you say Astaghfirullah, and the video ends, 4 or 5 second video. Why did you say Astaghfirullah, Ya Akh al-Kareem? If you think it was something wrong, obviously we say Astaghfirullah when we know that something wrong has been done and something's wrong. Your husband kissing you, and you're saying Astaghfirullah, and then you already have a volunteer recording you, and then you're posting it all over social media, your Facebook, your Instagram, your YouTube. My husband slapped me. Oh, something the title says, my husband slapped me during Ramadan. What are you doing, Ya Akh al-Kareem? Why did you say Astaghfirullah if you think it's wrong? If you think it's wrong and it's something wrong, that's the reason you said Astaghfirullah. And if you said Astaghfirullah, why did you upload it in the first place? Do you see the hypocrisy, Ya Akh al-Kareem? Do you see the double standards? Allahu Akbar. Astaghfirullah is not a joke. It's a dhikr of Allah. It's one of the best du'as any Muslim can ever make. Ya Allah, forgive me. Astaghfirullah. And you're displaying your sin, recording it with a volunteer standing right in front of you, or maybe a tripod, and you're saying Astaghfirullah and posting and showing the whole world. Look, we're a happy couple, guys. Throw it, cast the evil eye upon us. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. You guys talk about exorcism, mashallah. You guys talk about, ruqya services and whatnot. And you're still in the ruqya, you're filming the sister who's possessed. You're filming your wife holding that sister who's possessed. What are you doing? Astaghfirullah al-Azim. And you're the guys posting the most selfies and vlogs together. And you're the guys advising us about evil eye. And yes, whatever your husband's name is, Hassanat Official, I don't know him. He didn't block me because he never checks his DM, but the sister would do. When I sent all the Islamic posts through her DM, tagged her on different Islamic posts, I got blocked. Last December 2017, I got blocked. But still, on Facebook, I don't think she really comes often on Facebook. Mostly on YouTube and Instagram. I can still see, she hasn't blocked me yet on Facebook, so I can see all the rubbish, the videos she's posting with her husband. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. Ittaqillah. Where's your chivalry? Where's your ghayra, ya Akh al-Kareem? Displaying your wife on social media and saying it's all okay. And even when that Ramadan video, subhanallah, one video, I don't know which video began, Ya Ahla YouTube. I said, what are you doing, Ya Akh al-Kareem? Ya Ahla YouTube? Seriously? This is haya? This is haya? Since when did haya become a piece of cloth? Since when did haya and awra stop at the piece of a cloth? On your face and on your body, alhamdulillah, you're covered up like pure Muslima, Salafi, mashallah, tabarakallah, Allahumma barik, Allah bless you. But why are you recording yourself? Why are you filming yourself and uploading yourself onto social media? Why is this happening, Akh al-Kareem? The hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam It's so scary, subhanAllah. Even though it's a beautiful hadith, if you think it that way, from today's perspective, it's so scary. حدثنا زهير بن حزب حدثنا جرير عن سهيل عن عبد الله بن دينار عن أبي صالح عن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم الإيمان 𝙃𝑗𝙅𝑗𝙅 أو 𝙃𝑗𝙅 شعبة فأفضلها قول لا إله إلا الله وأدناها إماطة الأذى عن الطريق والحياء شعبة من الإيمان رواه المسلم. أو كما قال عليه الصلاة والسلام, Muhammad صلى الله عليه وسلم said that Iman has over 70 branches or 60 branches, the highest of which is the kalam La ilaha illallah, and the lowest of which is removing something harmful from the people's path. وَالْحَيَاءُ شُعْبَةٌ مِنَ الْإِيمَانِ, and haya is a branch of Iman. Allahu Akbar. The Prophet ﷺ told us, through the wahy of Allah Azza wa Jal, through Jibreel alayhi salam, of course, وَالْحَيَاءُ شُعْبَةٌ مِنَ الْإِيمَانِ. Haya, shamefacedness, modesty, subhanallah. Shyness, this is a branch of Iman. In another hadith, Prophet said, Al-haya'u khayrun kullu. Haya, shyness is all that's khayr, all that's best, it's all that's beautiful and good. And it's a branch of Iman. So when you're displaying yourself, and you're going against the Quran and the Kalam of Allah Azza wa Jalla, which I clearly refute, it doesn't refer to the Prophet's wives only. No Kibar al-Ulama ever said that. No Sahabi ever said it only refers to the Prophet's wives, simply because Allah started with Azwaj al-Nabi, or Ya Nisa al-Nabi. It doesn't limit the command to the Prophet's wife. It's a general command and guide to every single Muslim in the whole ummah. وَقَرْنَ فِي بُيُوتِكُنَّ, and stay in your homes. وَلَا تَبَرَّجْنَ تَبَرُّجَ الْجَاهِلِيَّةِ الْأُولَى. If you say it applies only to the Prophet's wives, you are literally saying that it doesn't apply to me. Tabarruj is halal for me. Tabarruj, I can display myself in public. It was only for the Prophet's wives. I'm more special than the Prophet's wives. That's the reason I'm exempt. Astaghfirullah al-azim. Ittaqillah. You know how far you have gone. You know how far you have gone, Ya Akhtul Kareem, Ya Akhawatul Kareem. How far you have gone as to reject an ayah and say this ayah doesn't apply to me. I'm not saying Abdullah did this. I'm not sure if she ever said that, but there are akhwat. Yasmin Mujahid, Dalia Mujahid, and Brother Imran, Hafizahullah, this from IREF channel. But on his channel there are sisters, fully covered, mashallah, but she is delivering lectures. Allah, and millions of non-Mahrams are watching them. Farhad Naik or Farhad Hashmi on these sisters. Delivering lectures in front of non-Mahrams. You will say, oh, I only have female audience. Look. No, Akhtul Kareem. Who are you fooling? Who are you fooling, Akhtul Kareem? Ya Farhad Naik, ya Farhad Hashmi, Nighat Hashmi. Who are you fooling? You don't have only female audience. If you only had female audience, what are these cameras for? What are these dozens of cameras for? For recording you, for tabarruj, ya Akhtul Kareem, for displaying you in front of non-Mahram. You have no right to be a khatiba, ya Akhtul Kareem. There is no place in Islam for khatiba. You're going to say, oh, what did you just say? Ma Aisha radiallahu anha, Mother Aisha radiallahu anha, she used to lecture the Sahaba from behind a veil where no one could even see her, and they took down the note and they left. Aisha radiallahu anha lectured the Sahaba from behind a veil, and they could hear her. Subhanallah, you're using that as an argument for you? The Sahaba radiallahu anhum ajma'in were the best of people on the planet to control their nafs, their shahawat, their desires, their lusts. The best of people on the planet after the Anbiya wal Mursaleen. And you're comparing the Sahaba with some random perverts online, millions of them, watching you online and saying, oh, this is the same thing as Sahaba watching, learning from Aisha radiallahu anha. You're being watched. Aisha radiallahu anha was behind a veil. You just refuted yourself, Ya Akhtul Kareem. And even that is not halal for you. What was halal, what was an exception for Aisha radiallahu anha and the Sahaba were the best of women and the best of men on the planet after the Anbiya wal Mursaleen. It was only exception for them. Why? Why did the Sahaba go to the Prophet's wife? The Sahaba always used to be around the Prophet ﷺ to study and take durus, lessons from them, right? Why did the Sahaba go to the Aisha radiallahu anha? Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was too busy doing da'wah to the mushrikeen of Mecca. So when he didn't have, always all time, for the Sahaba, some Sahaba needed to learn durus, lessons from him, and some Sahaba took part in da'wah to the mushrikeen along with him. So when those Sahabas who wanted to learn, who had to learn, take lessons from Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he didn't have enough time because he had to do da'wah to the mushrikeen of Mecca. He was whole day and night busy doing da'wah to the mushrikeen of Mecca, whole day, of course. At night he was doing, قُمِ اللَّيْلَ إِلَّا قَلِيلًا, he was doing tahajjud, of course. So those Sahaba he sent to said, go to your mother, subhanallah, go to your mother, Aisha radiallahu anha, and learn from her. They were the best of men, the Sahaba, the best of men on the planet to walk the face of this earth after, Al-Anbiya wal Mursaleen, the best of men on the planet. To the best of women on the planet, Aisha radiallahu anha, Ummahatul Mu'mineen, the mother of the believers. Subhanallah, he sent his Sahaba to them, and you're comparing this with today's example, like saying, you're comparing those Sahaba, those great companions, you're comparing them with today's random perverts online watching you and complimenting you and commenting, MashaAllah, what a beautiful couple, what a sweet couple. I wish I had a wife like yours, marry me, video call me, blah, blah, blah. I have all the screenshots of comments like that. SubhanAllah, you're comparing the Sahaba and Aisha radiallahu anha and that exceptional condition with today's example. Even that is not halal for you today. Why? Because, let's say, for example, if you have 10 friends, male friends as a husband, okay, would you ever say, guys, I'm just busy doing da'wah to some of the mushrikeen and some atheists and whatnot, so you guys can go to my home, this is my dress, and you can learn from my wife. She'll be waiting behind the curtain. Just go and learn from her. Is that going to apply today? Would you ever send any men to your wife at home when she's alone? SubhanAllah, even if she's not alone and you're not home, would you ever send strangers to your home to learn from your wife? La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. Do not take that exception and apply it here. The Sharia addresses the norms, not the exceptions. Aisha radiallahu anha was the exception, and we're not the exceptions. So don't compare the Sahaba with today's perverts, millions of perverts, who are nothing compared to the Sahaba. The Sahaba were the best of people on the planet to control their desires and shahwat, their lusts and desires. And the women, the wives of the Prophet ﷺ, and they were the best of women on the planet. For Aisha radiallahu anha, it was a specific situation and condition, and that's not halal for any Muslim today on the planet. No man, no Muslim husband can ever today say to his male friends, "Oh, go and learn from my wife." She'll be waiting behind the curtain, take down notes and leave, guys. I'm busy with the mushrikeen doing da'wah. Astaghfirullah al-azim. This is not right, ya akhul kareem. Another hadith. أخبرنا عمرو بن علي قال حدثنا يزيد بن زريع قال حدثنا عمر بن محمد عن عبد الله بن يسار عن سالم بن عبد الله عن أبيه قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم ثلاثة لا ينظر الله عز وجل إليهم يوم القيامة العاق لوالديه والمرأة المترجلة والديوث وثلاثة لا يدخلون الجنة العاق لوالديه والمدمن على الخمر والمنان بما أعطى رواه النسائي. In this hadith, أو كما قال عليه الصلاة والسلام, Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam has cursed 6 people, and from both the batches in the beginning he said العاق لوالديه, the one who disobeys his parents. I'm going to focus on the first batch of the 3 groups. The three persons. العاق لوالديه والمرأة المترجلة, the women who imitate men. And then Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, what dayuth? Allahu Akbar. Why did Rasulullah mention these 2 together? SubhanAllah, before I didn't focus on this hadith is so scary, wallahi azim. As I said earlier, there is no place in Islam for female khatiba. If you're going to say that you have the right to, display yourself in your niqab and selfies and vlogs and, video instructions and video lectures as a woman with your husband, co-da'wah, which is bid'ah and haram, as I proved earlier, and in my older videos, which will be there at the end, inshallah ta'ala. The older videos, I'll put it in the end, inshallah, like last December 2017, I made those. SubhanAllah, if you're going to say this is Islam, what you're promoting, which no kibar ulama gave permission, Shaykh bin Baz rahimahullah, Shaykh ibn Uthaymin, Shaykh Nasiruddin Albani rahimahullah, none of them ever gave permission for this. No kibar ulama, no sahaba, no companion from no tabi'in, no salafi ever said this. No scholar from the salaf ever said this, ever allowed or ever propagated this kind of haram garbage and bid'ah of modern co-da'wah with your wife. Bringing your wife into the da'wah scene, recording her, filming her, showing her to the whole world. This is haram. Female khatiba, there is no place in Islam for this. Ya akhtul kareem, ittaqillah, fear Allah Azza wa Jal. So Allah Azza wa Jal said, of course, through Jibreel alayhi salam to the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he said, the person who is disobedient to his parents, وَالْمَرْأَةُ الْمُتَرَجِّلَةُ وَالدَّيُّث, the women who imitate men. As I said before, the women are awra. In a hadith, Rasulullah said, الْمَرْأَةُ عَوْرَةٌ فَإِذَا خَرَجَتْ اسْتَشْرَفَهَا الشَّيْطَانُ. The woman is awra, and whenever she leaves home, shaitan tempts her, misguides her. Shaitan raises his hopes of misguiding her and using her. Allahu Akbar. This is Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam saying, and this hadith is what explains verse 33, Surah Al-Ahzab. وَقَرْنَ فِي بُيُوتِكُنَّ وَلَا تَبَرَّجْنَ تَبَرُّجَ الْجَاهِلِيَّةِ الْأُولَى. Allah Azza wa Jal said, and stay in your homes and do not commit tabarruj, do not display yourself in public. Allah could have easily said, and cover up, wear niqab, wear jilbab, hijab, abaya, whatever have you, cover up and don't commit tabarruj, don't imitate jahiliyyah. Allah did not say that. If Allah had said that, then every Muslim on the planet would get the excuse, oh, Allah just said cover up and don't imitate jahiliyyah, so I'll cover up properly and I can be all the time on YouTube, on Instagram, being watched by perverts online. This is my haya, this is my display of haya. Astaghfirullah. Since when did haya become a product of display, ya akhtul kareem? Since when did awra become a product of display? Prophet ﷺ said, Al-mar'atu awra, فَإِذَا خَرَجَتْ اسْتَشْرَفَهَا الشَّيْطَانُ. The woman is awra, she has to be hidden and protected and concealed. Where? Allah Azza wa Jal told it. In her house. And when we say this ayah, sisters, this kills me to this day, wallahi azim. Some of the akhawat influenced by the Western kuffar culture of UK, of USA, living in the West and being influenced by the West, they call us sexist. They call us, I cannot call myself humble, but at least sincere for the sake of Allah, who are concerned for you. We don't want those. We don't want Allah Azza wa Jal to punish in the qabr or qiyamah or jahannam. We want Allah Azza wa Jal to forgive you. That's the reason you should delete all your videos and selfies. Ya akhtul kareem, ya Abdullah, ya Froggy, whatever your name is. All your akhwat, ya Amin and Yusuf, both of you who blocked me. Subhanallah, delete all those videos wherever your wife was there. Ittaqillah. Al-mar'atu awra. Women have to be concealed and protected. Where Allah Azza wa Jal said that, وَقَرْنَ فِي بُيُوتِكُنَّ. As I said earlier, it doesn't apply only to the wives. If you say it's wives of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, if you say it's only for the Prophet's wife, just because Allah addressed in the beginning by saying Ya Nisa an-Nabi, then you're literally saying Allah is forbidding a major sin, tabarruj, displaying yourself in public, which is haram. Allah is only forbidding this for the Prophet's wife. But for the Sahaba's wife, tabarruj was halal, and for us, tabarruj is halal. We can display ourselves. YouTube. What's YouTube? YouTube is tabarruj. You're literally, technically, you're outside your home all day when you have your videos uploaded. Ittaqillah, akhtul kareem, delete all your videos. You might be sleeping in your home and pretending that you're inside your home and following the command of Allah Azza wa Jalla. Wallahi al-azim, you're not. technically you're still outside, being watched by perverts, commented on by perverts, complimented by perverts online. Sorry. On Instagram, on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitter, wherever you have posted your selfies and vlogs. اتقِ اللَّهِ يَا أُخْتِ الْكَرِيمِ. Fear Allah Azza wa Jal. You're not following the footsteps of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, the teachings of Allah, the command of Allah Azza wa Jal. وَقَرْنَ فِي بُيُوتِكُنَّ. Stay indoors. Another hadith. وحدثني عن مالك عن يحيى بن سعيد عن عمرة بنت عبد الرحمن عن عائشة رضي الله عنها زوج النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم أنها قالت: لو أدرك رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم ما أحدث النساء لمنعهن المساجد كما منعه نساء بني إسرائيل. فقال يحيى بن سعيد: أو منع نساء بني إسرائيل المساجد؟ قالت نعم. In this hadith, موطئ إمام مالك. This is book 14, hadith 15 and hadith 472. In this hadith, subhanallah, Aisha radiallahu anha has been reported to have said that if the Prophet ﷺ was alive today, during the time of the Aisha radiallahu anha, after he passed away, ﷺ, if the Prophet was alive this time, he would even forbid the mosques, even forbid the masajid for women, if he saw the condition this time, like the time of Aisha radiallahu anha, when she was alive and the Prophet was dead already. And what was the tabarruj? What was the kind of sin? It was just women being outdoors, covered up, alhamdulillah, covered up, but still being outdoors very often. If this is what the Prophet ﷺ saw amongst the women in the ummah, he was alive, he would have forbade the masajid even for the women. But since he passed away, the wahi has stopped. This command will never come. A Muslimah can leave her home for salah, 5 daily salah. Even her husband cannot stop her. This is proven from many ahadith of Muwatta Imam Malik, rahimahullah. So subhanallah. So if the Prophet ﷺ was alive today, he would have forbade every single Muslim from even going to the masajid. So if the least place of fitna like the masjid will be forbidden, how can anything else like sports, events and marketplaces or anything else would be halal? All of them would be haram as well, because if masjid is haram to go to, everything else will be haram, but masjid is not haram. And only in the sharia, as I said earlier, three or four situations you can go out as a Muslimah. Of course, the masajid, 5 days salah, you can go for every single salah to the mosque. Even your husband cannot stop you. That's the right Allah Azza wa Jalla has given you. And secondly, for, of course, needs, fruits and vegetables and food for your family, your kids, your husband and wife. You have to go shop with your husband every weekend or something, and go to a park for some recreational activities and whatnot. So these few situations, of course, you can definitely leave your home, inshallah. But other than that, وَقَرْنَ فِي بُيُوتِكُنَّ. Your general hukum is you should stay indoors. Ya Ukht al-Kareem, you're awrah, you should stay indoors. Whenever you leave home, shaitan becomes happy. Shaitan raises his hopes of misguiding you. This is Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam saying, if you're going to call me sexist, please, Ya Ukht al-Kareem, Ya Abdullah, Ya Froggy, Ya Amin and Yusuf, Ya Hijabi Bengali sisters, HBS, Ya all these names. What else? The Aminakin or whatever, the hijab tutorial sisters, like Sister Yes, this Paz and everything, all these sisters Saima smiles like with a disgusting video titled Periods, with a whisper on her face and with a disgusting look on her face, like the most intimate, the most private stuff you're going to now publicize and discuss just to make people laugh. Diss track videos of Sister Froggy dancing in a hijab, which is not even a hijab, wearing leggings and whatnot, it's completely haram. Anyways, diss track videos by a sister, a Muslimah, who believes in haya, who believes in the sahabiyat. She is doing diss track videos and she's making periods videos. Saima smiles like these sisters, and the Yes, this past that sister also, full of makeup and this and that and tutorials and Allahu Akbar, in a movie Tug of War by Buna Muhammad and Muhammad Ziyara, I guess. She appeared on that, like, yes, this past literally appeared on a movie. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. A sister who's supposed to be protected and concealed and covered, because she's awrah, as the Prophet ﷺ said, and Allah Azza wa Jal said, وَقَرْنَ فِي بُيُوتِكُنَّ. Stay in your homes. And today the Muslims are appearing on movies. La hawla wa la quwwata. Seriously, on movies. On movies. An Islamic movie, Tug of War, whatever, Buna Muhammad did. I saw Yaz Despaz in that one, or I'm not sure which sister. Maybe she looks like her, but almost sure it's her. I think she has a channel that's a bigger deal than coming in a movie once in a while. She has a whole big channel, maybe 100,000 subscribers, who knows, I'm not even sure. So, astaghfirullah al-azim, ya akhawat al-kareem, ittaqillah, fear Allah Azza wa Jal. Take another example. I cannot give you all the hadith. I'm not a muhaddith who memorized tons and tons of hadith. Alhamdulillah, some of them I have. And I can't, say all those hadith in a single video. So I'm going to give you another example of Sayyidina Umar radiallahu anh. Umar ibn al-Khattab radiallahu anh, how much of ghayra he had. This is just a drop in the ocean. Me as a Muslim who's telling you not to do selfies and vlogs, not to post selfies and vlogs, because this is completely haram, this trend is completely haram. All the kibar al-ulama have passed fatwa against this. Sheikh bin Baz rahimahullah, Sheikh Nasruddin al-Albani rahimahullah, all these modern contemporary scholars rahimahullah who passed away. And still we have Sheikh Salih al-Fawzan hafizahullah. Niqabi selfies are haram. Then what about vlogs? Selfies, just one pose at one shot. Vlogs are worse than selfies. Vlogs are literally moving selfies, or whatever you want to call it. If niqabi selfies are haram according to the fatwa of the kibar al-ulama, based on the Quran and the Sunnah and the ijma' of the Salaf, from the hadith, all the hadith that I described to you, and many other hadith which you have yet to learn. Subhanallah, they say niqabi selfies or hijabi selfies or whatever selfies of akhawat, hijabi or non-hijabi. It's haram. Or vlogs, haram. Ya Akhti al-Karim, ittaqillah, delete your YouTube channel, ittaqillah. Or delete all the videos and post lectures of ulama, the kibar ulama, post them. Stop making vlogs with your husband and everything. If you want to make a vlog which only your husband is going to watch, okay, do it, but don't let anyone else, not even your cousins. Your cousins are non-mahrams too. Not even your cousins can watch your vlogs, let alone online perverts, millions of them all around the world. ittaqillah. Okay, Umar ibn al-Khattab. حدثنا يوسف بن موسى حدثنا أبو أسامة حدثنا عبيد الله بن عمر عن نافع عن ابن عمر قال كانت امرأة لعمر تشهد لصلاة الصبح والعشاء في الجماعة في المسجد فقيل لها لما تخرجين وقد تعلمين أن عمر رضي الله عنه يكره ذلك ويغار قالت وما يمنعه أن ينهاني قال يمنعه قول رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم لا تمنعوا إماء الله مساجد الله موطأ إمام it's رواه البخاري not موطأ إمام مالك رواه البخاري حديث 900. In this hadith, subhanallah, read about Umar radiallahu anhu, how much ghayra he had over his wife. Subhanallah. Wife's name was 𝙃𝙄𝙅𝙼𝘍 𝙃𝙼𝙍 ibn Amr ibn Nufayl. 𝙃𝙃 ibn Zayd, yeah. She used to leave her home for subh and isha, the fajr and the isha salah. She used to leave her home. And it's nighttime, not that many men will be outside, right? Not daytime, despite it being nighttime. So despite it being nighttime, still, Umar ibn al-Khattab radiallahu anhu had ghayra over her. And when she was asked, why do you leave? فقيل لها لما تخرجين وقد تعلمين. Why do you leave home for salah and not pray at home? Why do you leave your home when you know very well that Umar radiallahu anhu يكره ذلك ويغار, he dislikes it and he has غيرة over you. يكره ذلك ويغار. And then she asked the counter question, وما يمنعه أن ينهاني, and what prevents Umar from preventing me from going to the masjid? The people replied, قال يمنعه قول رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم لا تمنعوا إماء الله مساجد الله. So, subhanAllah, the people replied to Umar's wife رضي الله عنه, that the Prophet's qawl do not forbid the female slaves from entering the mosques, from going to the masjids, even at night. SubhanAllah, that's the qawl of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam that prevents Umar radiallahu anhu from prohibiting his wife to leave home for salah. So SubhanAllah, this hadith is so beautiful that even for salah, going to for akhawat al-karim, if you want to go for salah, you can go all 5. Fajr, Zuhr, Asr, Maghrib, Isha, you can go for salah, inshallah. There is no issues, inshallah. Even your husband cannot stop you, inshallah ta'ala. That's the right given to you by Allah Azza wa Jal. But despite it being allowed, it's not even haram, it's not even makruh to go to the masjid for salah. Despite it being halal and not even makruh, still Umar ibn al-Khattab radiallahu anhu had that ghayra and he disliked it, that she would leave. And in another hadith in Muwatta' Imam Malik, she said, Wallahi la akhrujanna illa an tamna'ani. O Umar, O my husband, Wallahi, I will leave unless you forbid me. فَلَا يَمْنَعُهَا, and he never forbade her. Allahu Akbar. Look at the love and look at the ghayra. If Umar radiallahu anhu or any sahabi of the Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam were to be alive today in this day and age, and you would notice the modern Muslims, may Allah guide you, the West infatuated Muslims, the Western culture influenced infatuated Muslims and Muslims, the modern, moderate, liberal, whatever you want to call it. If they were to say Umar radiallahu anhu today alive, or any of the sahabi, any single sahabi alive, they would label him as a sexist. They would label him as a misogynist, and they would label him also as a possessive husband, so protective. It's the modern age, man. Come on, you can't be that strict. Blah blah blah. Astaghfirullah al-azim alladhi la ilaha illa huwa al-hayyul qayyum. How dare you insult the Sahaba and the Sahaba's lifestyle by calling it sexist? If a Sahabi was alive today, my ghira for you as a brother in Islam, as an akh al-kareem in Islam, as your brother in Islam, I have more ghira over you as your brother in Islam than he has over you as your husband. I couldn't word it any other. I can't word it any better. Me as a Muslim brother have more ghira over you than your husband has over you. I don't know what to say, Akhti al-Kareem. I'm telling you to delete your selfies and vlogs for your khair, so that Allah Azza wa Jalla won't punish you for all the disgusting comments and compliments and disgusting proposals in the comments. Marry me? What do you call me? Beautiful couple, you have such beautiful eyes. Like the worst of comments I can't even mention here. I have the screenshots. You can see in the screenshots at the end, but I won't be able to post all of those disgusting comments. You can, inshallah, look at my Facebook page how many screenshots I've shared. Disgusting comments and compliments on niqabi sisters and hijabi sisters, selfies and vlogs. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. So I, as a Muslim brother, I'm telling you, delete your posts and selfies, wherever your picture was, or your vlog was, or your video was, or your so-called social experiment video was, or prank was. Just delete it, ya Akhti al-Kareem, ittaqillah, and delete it, please. Your husband won't tell you that. I'm telling you as your Muslim brother, a Salafi Muslim brother, who is concerned for you, Akhtul Kareem. I don't want Allah Azza wa Jal to punish you in the qabr or qiyamah or Jahannam. Because you're violating the Quranic ayah. وَقَرْنَ فِي بُيُوتِكُنَّ وَلَا تَبَرَّجْنَ تَبَرُّجَ الْجَاهِلِيَّةِ الْأُولَى. Allah has forbidden tabarruj. Subhanallah. Allah has forbidden tabarruj. And the earlier hadith which I quoted, where I proved, of course the hadith proved, I'm not proving anything, of course. The hadith speaks for itself. That subhanallah, that Aisha radiallahu anha said, لو أدرك رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم ما أحدث النساء لمنعهن المساجد كما منعه نساء بني إسرائيل. If the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم were to notice and witness the kind of tabarruj taking place at her time, Aisha radiallahu anha, and the tabarruj was nothing compared to ours. Wallahi al-azim, they were all covered up. The only tabarruj that was prevalent at the time of Aisha radiallahu anha, post Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, after he passed away, it was like covered women, okay? Covered women, modest women, being outside very often. Being too much in the marketplaces, not for masjid, not going to the masjid, but going to the marketplaces, going to other places, free mixing in public, despite being covered. Still, it's labeled as tabarruj by Aisha radiallahu anha, and Allah Azza wa Jal as well. It's not limited to being uncovered. Even if you're covered and you still leave your home without any shari'i reasons, without any darura, such as salah and needs, fruits, vegetables, food, whatever, for family, shopping, etc. Other than that, if you go and like visiting your mother or your parents, of course, visiting your relatives, other than that, if you leave home, you're committing tabarruj, ya Akhtul Kareem. And if what did Aisha radiallahu anha say? If the Prophet were to witness this, he would have forbidden even the masjid for the women. But since the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam passed away, the wahi has stopped. This is how we're going to till qiyamah. You can go to the masjid, ya Akhtul Kareem. Look at the hikmah. Look at the beauty of Islam. Subhanallah. What Aisha radiallahu anha said, if he were to be alive during her time, and the tabarruj taking place during her time, which is nothing compared to the tabarruj of today. Today, the worst kind of tabarruj is happening. Nudity is being celebrated. Nudity, nakedness is being celebrated today. That's the worst kind of tabarruj in public. Nude cruise, whatever you want to call it. Nudity is being celebrated. Rallies are being marched forward. Rallies are taking place for homosexuality and nudity. And I can't even use those language. Astaghfirullah al-azim. And the least form of tabarruj is you, despite being covered perfectly in hijab, leaving the home without any shari'i darura, necessity. That's discussed. So subhanAllah, imagine if Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam were to be alive today, you would have labeled him as a sexist as well. So before you call me sexist, ya khawat, yes, this as Abdullah Froggy, hijabi Bengali sister, I'm a Bengali myself. Allah ke boy korabon, Allah ke boy korabon. Astaghfirullah. Same as mine, like even she's a Bengali, I guess. May Allah guide you all. If Rafiq, I think she's a Sufi. If you're a Sufi and a Shi'i, wallah, first of all, before advising you about awrah, I should advise you about tawheed. First of all, stop your grave worship and saint worship and your wahdat al-wujud and pantheism and shirk aqidah. Then we can talk about your Dust to Diamonds YouTube channel and all the haram about awrah, etc. First of all, rectify your tawheed, ya Akhtul Kareem. At least be safe from the hellfire through tawheed. Astaghfirullah al-azim. So this is advices to the Muslims who have no shirk, who have no bid'ah. If you have shirk and bid'ah in your aqidah, rectify right now before you rectify something which is minor. But alhamdulillah, if you have aqidah and tawheed perfectly pure, the Salafi way, the Sahaba way, the way of the Sahaba, not what my Pir Sahab said or my Sheikh Sahab said, no. Alhamdulillah, you are Salafi, alhamdulillah, you follow Ati'u Allah, Ati'u Rasul, you take the Quran, you take the authentic Sunnah, and the Ijma' of the Salaf al-Salihin, the Ijma' of the Sahaba. Alhamdulillah, this advice is for you. If you're vlogging, delete all the vlogs. If you're taking pictures, posting selfies with your friends or alone or with your husband, please, ya Akhtul Kareem, delete it. You're going against the Sunnah, you're going against Umar radiallahu anh and his lifestyle and the Sahaba lifestyle and calling it backwards and calling it sexist. Astaghfirullah al-azim. Ittaqillah, ya Akhtul Kareem. I'll have the last video as the older videos in 2017, December, I guess. Yeah, those will be in a compilation, inshallah. You can watch it. I summarized all the points. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.